bunch, go on a run and then withstand the Nuggets' late run. How much growth does this young team continue to show in those areas?
No, that was great by them. They, the 12-0 run to start the game. We couldn't make a basket. We were fouling. The ability to keep the poise and then continue to fight back.
Talk so often about doing it by committee. The bench unit tonight, just how much of an impact did they make on this one?
You said it. I was not trying to say it by committee, but it was by committee. These guys have done a great job stepping in, to their role and just going after it. They're working together. They're communicating with each other what they want to do. And you said in one of the huddles, you guys just go out there and play the game the right way for each other, read and react, and they're getting so much better at it.
Jamal, similar to the other night where second and third quarter, you guys were in control, and then when you get to the fourth quarter at the start, it gets tight. For the value of it to be so close of a learning lesson the last game and finish the job this time, what is that value?
Well, the small possessions, I think that's what they recognize. We were in the same similar situation against the Knicks. I think we were up 3 going into the fourth, and this time we were up 5 going into the fourth. So just being able to recognize those things mid-game and play the right way, come down, execute, defend. I think that's the one thing that we have to continue to hang our hats on. Against the Knicks 105, tonight, 104. So I think that's a great defensive effort that our guys continue to learn and grow with.
Coach, I would want to say your defense did a really good job against Nikola Jokic's MVP. 29-11, he's the MVP, he's going to put up numbers, but he had a 7 turnover to 6 assist ratio. Sort of take me into the game plan of what you were telling your players into how are you going to guard him. You guys seem to really pressure him when he came into the perimeter.
Well, the plan was let him score 37. What did he have?
You have 29.
29. Let him score 29 and 11 and make all of his threes. No, it was really, Wendell does a phenomenal job with him. I think he's aggressive, smartly aggressive. I know he picked up a couple early fouls, but just being able to keep pressure on him, keeping him away from the basket was the key.
Kind of getting back to that defense, there's been some really strong defensive performances. It's been a good stretch of games for the defense for the most part. What seems to have been clicking defensively that this team is getting and buying into?
That's it, the buy-in. They're buying into trusting one another, understanding that they got to continue to cover for one another, weak side being over early, getting into the basketball. I think we talked about this with our guys in the locker room and showed some clips about picking up full court, how that changes the game. You set the tone right from the start of the game, then the teams know when they walk in the building, they've got to feel us from the start.
Is this kind of what this group has been building toward, what you've been preaching since October, and then it's just kind of clicking into place?
Yes.
Coach, you have 7 players in double figures tonight. You mentioned by committee. You guys also mentioned Denver. You guys also matched Denver in assists with 24, and they ranked 2nd in the league in assists. How do you expect the team to continue to develop that chemistry as the team gets healthy?
But continue to know that it's about by committee, and so that means sharing the basketball. The right play is always going to be the right play. The open man finds the basketball, and that's why we have to continue to do it. We go from good to great. If you're open, shoot it. If not, move it, share it. That's what they have to continue to learn.
Caleb had 7, couple offensive rebounds, probably should have had a 3rd. Just what, from his time in the G League, what did you see kind of spill over, if you will, into this performance tonight?
Just being ready. He stays ready. Obviously his shot making ability is one thing that we can lean on him for. But the other side of it is his offensive rebounding. He's been tenacious. They work on it. Our coaches do a great job working with him on it every day because it's something that we want to have pride in. He does a great job of that, and then his defensive awareness being in the right spot.
Coach, also earlier in the game when you guys were down 12-zip, I noticed that you started getting points off of turnovers, which means that your defense first philosophy is working. This proving over and over again, is that giving the players a lot more confidence in your theory from day one?
Well, if we're going to continue to play fast, we got to get stops. So if you want to get stops, you get stops, you get out and run, and then that's where the ball can pop and it can move and we share it. But again, defensively, hanging our hats there.
Coach, I'd just love to hear what your thoughts are on Cole. Obviously, he's playing pretty well lately, but especially tonight was really strong and all over the place. What are your thoughts on him lately?
I think Cole was fantastic tonight. He did such a great job for us being able to push the pace. He and I had a great conversation yesterday, just being able to communicate the things that he's seeing on the floor as well as what we're asking them to do. And the big part is just be himself, being aggressive early, attacking, and if he doesn't have anything, being able to break the defense down and move it side to side.
Coach, the trade's official. Your comments on the move and moving forward.
You know, obviously, you know, having, you know, Mo Bamba with us was fantastic. His growth, his development, what he had grown into, and obviously, you know, the trade. We'll see how that pans out with our team. But I think just having Mo with us for that time was great.
Go ahead, Zach.
Coach, you guys have had a lot of success against some of the best teams in the NBA. You played well against the Celtics. You beat the best team in the West, the Nuggets tonight. What is it about you guys when you're up against some of the best in the league? Is it just your team trying to prove that they belong, they can play with anybody?
Well, it's the belief system. Our guys know and get that we can play with anybody in the league, and that's what we're going to continue to prove. That's how we're going to continue to play on a nightly basis. It's our effort, it's our energy, and it's our willingness to play together and defend the right way.
Thank you, Coach Mosley.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Paul. All right, guys.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
Cole, when you look at the growth and poise of your young group, you know, tonight you were able to take their first punch, respond with your own, and then withstand that run later on. Just how much growth is your young team showing in those type of situations?
You know, I think we're getting better and better every single game, learning from every single game we play, and just, you know, I think I can speak for that second unit that we got. I think we're starting to really figure it out. Kind of, you know, it's been shifted around a bunch. It's kind of just having dudes, some dudes in, some dudes out. But I think we finally have gotten a steady stream of games in together, and I think we started to figure it out. And just, you know, it's a game of runs, man. So yeah, we took that first punch and we threw about 6 back. So.
Yeah, along those same lines, your bench unit outscored them 56-10 tonight. You know, how much pride do you guys as a group, you know, take in that type of performance?
A lot. Yeah, we like to get buckets on this side, so that's what we was gonna do.
Cole, the trade deadline is official now. Can you talk a little bit about your relationship with Mo and just what he brought to this team while you were here?
Dang, R.I.P. to bro, I'm gonna miss him. But yeah, he was really like a big brother figure to me, kind of like almost like a mentor too. Like just ever since I was in high school, we played like on the same team in high school. And then for me to get drafted here and play with like a really like a mentor figure to me here is like that's like not everyone gets to do that. So just it's been real. I texted him, called him. He just texted me after the game, which I think he was watching. But yeah, I'm gonna miss bro. It's sad to see him go, but feel me, he gonna do good things over there.
Cole, after Denver cut it to 5 going into the fourth, you had your own run kind of in the beginning, 2 buckets and then an and one. How important was it to set the tone early in the fourth with the game that close?
Yeah, you know, I just saw some opportunities and just took advantage of it. And, you know, my teammates helped me get those opportunities, helped me get open. They spaced the floor well, and yeah, just you know, it was nice. It was very nice.
Cole, Becker, the team seems to really, you know, you talk about the bench coming together, the team's defense as a whole seems to be really coming together. What seems to be clicking in your mind defensively that seems to like kind of permeate throughout the whole roster?
Oh yeah, man. We just as a unit, we're just really locking in on that defensive end. I mean, we've just made it a point for us to just try and guard the best we can and kind of let our defense spark our offense, and that, you know, we can get stops. That gives us momentum as a team, and it allows us to get out and run. That's what we really want to do. So, just, and at the same time, also I think we've been trying to really pack that paint in. So I think we're doing a really good job as a unit. But yeah, it's good stuff.
Well, as you look at that second unit, how much pride are you taking in your group's ability to turn the tide in some of these games?
A lot of pride, but I think most importantly we just come in and try to get stops and bring energy, and that's just why we've been excelling so good, because we've just been focused on getting a whole bunch of different stops, and that's just been leading to our offense. And I feel like we're just meshing a lot better game by game.
Oh, you had 17 tonight against your former team. Just how good did it feel to kind of have one of your better performances of the season against them?
It felt pretty good, but most importantly we got the win. Last time it was a rough game, and just glad we won this time.
Back here, guys, for both of you, it seems like you guys keep showing up against the best teams in the league. You got a good record against the Celtics. You beat the best team in the West tonight. What is it about when some of the best are here that sparks you guys, gives you energy to show that you belong and that you can play with anybody?
What would you think about that question?
I think as a young team, I think it's kind of like just cool for us, and I think like we just have extra energy for games like that. I mean, me personally, that's how I feel.
I completely agree.
Cole talked about how the bench units come together. I know that there's been some guys coming into the lineup. Team's finally fully healthy. What's that adjustment been like for you to kind of adjust from being a starter for so long to now having this new role off the bench? How have you adjusted, and how have you kind of found your comfort in it?
Still basketball, so I mean, it's not really hard to me. It's just like who you're playing with, and once we've just been getting used to playing with each other, I feel like we just been on go ever since. Like we just coming in playing hard and just not overthinking, just moving the ball and playing basketball, and it's been fun to me still.
Guys, obviously big win tonight against your old team Bull and a team that y'all played really tough in Denver last month. But does this win maybe spark like the next chapter for this team, given the trade deadline's come and gone? You've got All-Star Weekend coming up next weekend. Is this like the time for this team to take that next step forward towards that playoff run?
What do you think about that question, Bill?
I think he was looking at
That's
you.
for either of you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw a stat on like Twitter or something about. I think we started season 5-20, and I think since then I think we've been like the 6th or 7th best team in the league.
18 and 13.
You know your information, my man. Yeah, so I think we've really kind of just started to play a brand of basketball that's unique to our own, and it's starting to show, and it's starting to show on in the wins and losses column. And so we just gotta keep going, keep trying to win every game we can, take it one game at a time. I think we're gonna be aight.
Go ahead, last one.
Cole, in the preseason, you had mentioned you had some anger about no one was talking about the Magic. No one said anything about Orlando. How do you see how things are now after you guys have had some really successful wins?
I mean, I think we still like 13th in the East, so we definitely still got some work to do. But I mean, I don't really care about that at this point. We just gonna keep taking it one game at a time, and then by the time April rolls around, you never know what's gonna happen, man. We might be right there in that plane. You feel me? So we just gonna keep doing that.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.